This week, it's about P-Rod, Chris Paul, and a little bit of Kevin Durant. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this is the Week in Sneaks. Primitive has been hitting collaborations out of the park lately, as seen on the Vans Bedford Boulevard denim that they just released a few weeks ago. However, it looks like they have a little something else up their sleeve. Andy and the team over at Primitive look like they've taken the P-Rod 6 and added a little bit of safari to the mix. Now, an actual release date for the shoe is unknown at the moment, but we do know that the shoe will be releasing in limited numbers in October. When Chris Paul shared some images of his latest Jordan brand shipment on Instagram, we had a feeling that we were getting a look at some upcoming releases. Well, that's exactly what happened. A few days later, Jordan brand held an event in New York City and Sneaker News attended, and they happened to get some images of the Jordan CP3 6 Nitro pack. The pack is inspired by LA's racing scene and is set to release exclusively in LA on October 21st. Now, for the rest of the nation, don't worry, you're going to get the pack also, but it's not going to come till later in November. Now, if you're not into the whole Nitro pack thing, the general release of the Jordan CP3 6 is releasing on October 3rd in royal, black, and in white. Training during the cooler months just got a little bit easier as Nike announced the Nike Free 7.0 Shield. Featuring a Nike Free 7.0 outsole, the model has been specifically designed to help you brave, those cooler and colder elements. The model features a ruggedized tread and also features a durable water-resistant material on the upper while still looking like a pretty nice shoe. For those of you that are ready to grab a pair, they're available on October 1st and they'll be available in 3 colors, which is black, khaki, and in silver. Jordan brand is lining up a stellar holiday season, but before we get there, many of you will be trying to pick up the gem red Jordan spizike. Seen here, the model features a mostly red upper, but there are hints of gray, white, and black throughout the design, which make this one of my favorites for the fourth quarter of 2012. But now I'm faced with the decision, should I get these, or should I get the Air Jordan 9 Motorboat Jones? And for number 1 this week, well, I couldn't decide exactly what I wanted to make number 1, so I have 3 number 1s for this week. First up, I have the Nike LeBron 10 Plus Blue Diamond. Now, this is going to release on October 4th for $270 with the sports kit, but it will also release for $200 without the sports kits, but it's still going to be Nike Plus enabled. Next up, I have 2013, which is going to be big for Jordan brand, and one of the big releases that I am waiting for is the return of the Air Jordan 1 in the original OG colorway. And finally, of course, I couldn't forget this one. Earlier this week, KD tweeted an image of the What the KD, and I know heads would go crazy if these actually ever released, but I don't think they will. And so those are your number 1 choices. Last week, for the question of the video, I wanted to know about a sneaker that you've always wanted, not like your holy grail or anything like that, but just a sneaker that you've always wanted, but you never had a chance to pick up. As always, you guys came through with some incredible answers, so I want to read back a few of your responses. The first response is from S Miller 0211. Nike Air Foamposite 1 Eggplant. I have the ACG boot version, but like the sneaker way better. The next comment is from Stunt Devil Johnny, who says the Freddy Krueger SB High Dunk Custom. Definitely a nice one. Next one is from Mr. Busha. I hope I'm saying that right. The Supreme Time Vans Campbell. I definitely like that shoe. Definitely a good pick. Next up, we have Unit times Tisha, which is the Nike SB Janoski Vineyard. Went to the skate shop and my aunt said no. They were only $100. Shake my head. That has to break your heart. I feel sorry for you. I think the whole sneakerhead world feels sorry for you for that one. And finally, we have AL Bundless with the white pearlized red Reebok Questions. Definitely a classic shoe. As always, thank you guys for your comments. For this week, I want to know about a sleeper shoe. What do I mean by sleeper shoe? Well, I want a shoe that you think released within the last couple of years or so that didn't get all the hype, but you definitely think deserves some hype. So basically a shoe that you think people slept on. Let me know your responses down in the comments, and as always, I'll read some of your responses next week. Well, that is the end of this week in Sneaks. If you haven't already, make sure you like and favorite this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We do plenty of good stuff here on this channel. Well, I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the Week in Sneaks. Click here for something random, and I will see you next week. Peace.
Dad, you have nice kids.